What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Retro Creep. How is everyone doing today? Of course, as always, we have to start by thanking the members of the Creep Collective. These are all rad motherfuckers. You should be friends with them. Or not. It is what it is. The Creeps Walked End Alzheimer's 2026 t-shirt is available. Link down to my TeePublic in the description. Got a couple already sold. Thank you. Thank you, folks, so much for your fast action to this. And I know my family appreciates it, and others will also. Because even though I don't get much for these, the benefits of donating to this organization are great, no matter how small the donations are. How is everyone doing this snowy April afternoon? Actually, it's not really all that bad. The sun's actually been out for the last hour, but I woke up this morning to a very gray sky, and then sometime around, well, let me see. Sometime around, I posted about it on my Facebooks and my TikToks. Sometime about 3 hours ago, whatever time that is. Minus 3 hours from 1 o'clock. It was snowing out. Fucking craziness, right? Utter fucking madness. Let me just making sure all my ducks are in a row here, quacking along. So today, we're going to assemble a guitar. I was saying to myself, I don't really feel like playing games. I don't want to fucking just chit-chat today. I want to physically be doing something with my hands. And I don't think you guys want me to fucking whip it out and snap the bean. So, hey, what's up, Irmo Custom Models? Hi, handsome. How are you? So I have to build this guitar anyway. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to make a video of the actual build for my other channel. This has mainly been featured over there. We did an unboxing / review kind of thing. We may have done some finishing on it. I don't know. Yes, I did. I did the stain and I did the paint. And I'm not going to do the actual build there. I'm kind of double dipping here. I'm gonna assemble it here with you guys because it's boring just putting it together. If I got a small group of people to yap at, maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just enjoy watching someone stick things into another thing to make another thing become a thing. You get it? And the camaraderie, and you know that shit. And then what I could do is I could tell them, if you want to see how I actually put it together, go over there. And then when I'm done with this, you guys are going to go, all right, man, let's hear it play. And I'm going to say, no, you got to go over there. You see what I'm doing there? But no, in all genuine honesty, I just wanted to fucking build the damn thing and wanted an excuse to do it on camera without having to do any editing and all that crap. So I may take snips from this, highlights, and bring it on over there. I don't usually use a lot of foul language because it was originally going to be just like a vlog channel. And I wanted it to be family friendly. So every now and again I slip an F-bomb or whatever. But for the most part, I try to stay as family friendly as possible. Over there anyway. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to go down to the Chinese food restaurant and get me some chicken wings. Because I'm in the mood for Chinese food chicken wings. I got about half a bottle left. It's actually, their stuff's on sale right now. If you're part of their newsletter, which I am now, not because of any of this. Because I want to buy their sauce, but I'm cheap, so I'd like to do it on sale. I got an email saying 30% off site-wide, so we will be purchasing. I don't know which one I want to get. I really want the habanero one, but I want to try his just basic hot sauce, the one that supposedly started it all. So I think I'll just go with one of those. And it's free shipping, so it's like $10. $10 plus shipping, which I guess for hot sauce is still a little expensive, but it's a gourmet. It's a gourmet. It's a fucking gourmet sauce. Let me I don't even know what bits I'm gonna need here. I'm going to assume it's going to be this guy here. That looks like a 3/8 to me. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. No, actually, it's a little smaller. No, it's metric. Motherfucker. I didn't fucking pull any metric out. What the fuck? 7/16? No, that might be too big. I think this is 7/16, right? Isn't that what's next on the scale? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, too big. But it'll work. It'll work to button it down. Actually, no, that works well, pretty well. So what we're going to be doing here, let me get the webcam, put my hand in there, make sure sometimes my webcam gets all fucky and it freezes. And then when this freezes, this camera freezes. Everybody freezes. Freeze! Or I'll shoot. I don't know. It is what it is. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with the electronics first and foremost. Because one, it's all on this weird quick connect system. And if I were to wire this up, I wouldn't need instruction. But I do have the instructions here that they give just to make sure. But there's a ground wire that has to go into this hole. Is it this one? It's one of them. It's usually one of the stop bar stud holes that has to go in there for a ground. So I don't want to get too far ahead. And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll put the fucking neck on first. I don't understand that. You have to put everything into the body, and you're constantly doing this. You know? And it's like, just put the fucking components into the thing. The neck doesn't connect to any of that until you put strings on it. And that's the very last thing you do. So, fuck putting the neck on first. Don't do that. Don't be a douchebag. What was really cool is in the kit there was a whole bunch of these little baggies with the screws for very specific things. Let me make sure I put these back where they go. So I've distributed them throughout all over the place. Like here's the strap buttons. I got the screws to mount the pickup rings with the pickups, which will be the next thing we'll put together after we'll probably just do the studs and everything. What's up?
I am leaving. I shall walk.
You enjoy your day.
Can they see you?
They can see me, yes. It's a small screen. You want to be bigger? There. There you go. She's leaving. Everyone say, get the fuck out. No, just kidding.
I only
say
have
bye.
1 hour of school, and then I have to be in the building till 9 p.m. because I'm in a production.
She's in a production.
They gave me 3 lines.
They give her 3 lines to produce.
Yes. And 2 of them are shared.
And 2 of them are shared.
Yes.
Sharon's caring.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Hope you're feeling better.
Bye, creepers and geekers.
If there's any signs of anything, stop what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's the reason I sat down in the first place.
I know. Okay, good. We had a little bit of a fainting spell yesterday, but it turned out to be all right. Turned out that we know the school doesn't know how to act very quickly, but...
That's because there was another person in the production who faints.
I know. I still think Melrose High is a fucking clown show. It was a cesspool when I was there. It's a clown show now. Fuck 'em. The only thing I'm not liking about this kit is, I can already tell that the threads are a little strippy on this thing. Fuck you. Don't make the very first fucking thing a problem. Is they only gave me 1 set of nuts and washers. I'm hoping these aren't too tall. I fucking hate it when the pots are the volume and tone are way too tall for their own good. So, because it's this mess of wire, I'm going to try to separate it the best I can, getting the ground out of the way. This is the volume here. You go... And this is the tone pot, which also, by the way, you can push up. And what it's going to do is it's going to split the coil. So you can get kind of a single coil jangly sound out of your pickups. So I don't know which way is this supposed to go. Alright, so is that supposed to be the neck pickup, the bridge pickup? I don't know. It doesn't say what. So this is what's going to end up happening. I'm going to put the 3-way switch in however I want. And then this is fucking weird. Their cable management's trash. That's alright. I don't have to do any soldering. I'm happy about that. I'm fucking happy about that. But what's going to happen is I'm either going to be... I'm probably just going to have to switch something with this thing. I'm going to put it in one way. And then pray that I have it the right way. And if I don't, then I'm going to have to reverse it. So let me start by putting that in there. We'll use that as my center anchor. My anchor of sorts. My canker. My canker anchor. And I'm glad it has a black switch tip. The box shows a cream one, or the paperwork shows a cream one. And that would look stupid with the rest of the fucking plastics being, well, black. Alright, so, you know what I didn't bring with me? Shit. Alright, I could just look at this and go, okay. This right here is the bridge, so I think the bridge is going to go into this one. The neck pickup is going to go into this one. I don't know. I apologize that you can't see what I'm doing here. That's alright. That's not what's important. There we go. What's important are the sponsors for my walk to end Alzheimer's. All their links are down below. You will go support them. Oh, you fucking will. Let's see. Howard, what's going on, buddy? Gorgeous paint, dude. Excellent job, my buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Lily has spoken. That one's Alex. Lily's the little one. The nice one. The one that's not mean to me. Now, she's not here anymore, but I'll make sure she knows that Howard said, hello, little lady. They're seniors now. And you know what? They don't go to school until the end of the, like we did. They're doing, like, internships. Like, she gets to hang out in the fucking library and put books away. Some internship, right? Some internship. Can you see what I'm doing? There we go. Yeah, it is what it is. All right. We're going to screw that on. And the reason I'm saying it, I'm kind of upset that there's not another set of nuts and everything. A lot of times in guitars, if this is too far forward, you'll have another nut to put on the bottom on the inside. So you can kind of, give it like a level. Give it a little bit of a level. What the fuck? That's not going to work. It's not deep enough. All right, we're going to go old school. Everyone, avert your gaze. I have a socket set. I just didn't feel like getting it. I'm not going to pull a socket set out for 2 nuts. That right there is good enough for fucking government work. Oh, this cable management is caca. I'm so confused. If you'd like to follow this guitar a little bit further on my other channel, that's where I'm going to do the actual sound demo and review of what I think of the project as a whole. But I also plan on adding something to this. It's called like a veritone switch. But in this case, it's going to take the place of the tone. And how the tone works is it's basically the same idea as a volume potentiometer. But what you do is you attach a capacitor to it. A variable resistance, depending on the guitar, depending on who's building it. Some people like this, some people like that. Some people like the wiffle ball bat. So, but what I'm putting on is an 8-way selector switch, rotary switch. And each position, except for the first one, will have a different capacitor value. So you can go through them all and get all kinds of just, a variety of different tones. Some of them a little more honky, some of them a little brighter. All right, there we go. And this is the only thing that we might have to change. I may put the pickups in, and that's the neck by accident when it should be the bridge, and vice versa. Vice versa. All right, let's get the pickups in there. No, let's not get the pickups in there. Yeah, we can put the pickups in there. I'm gonna feed the. I'm gonna feed the ground wire. There's a little hole right here, just conveniently placed. Oh, little lady's back. My friend Howard Allen said hello to you, Alex. So see how long that is? I like that they did that, but we're not going to keep it that long. The idea is I'm going to take this bare part in there. I'm going to bend it down so it basically goes on the wall of the hole. And then I'm going to put the little stud in there, or the what do you call it? The thing that does the stuff, you know. I'm going to do that. Put that in there. Okay, let me tuck all this in. Like Buffalo Bill. Tuck my nuts here. All right, who's here? Megantron, what's going on? Damn, I thought it was Lily. They're all grown-ups. They really are, man. They're like little women. They're no longer little kids anymore. It fucking sucks. I hate that. Although, I can take solace in that they're going to be gone soon, and it's just going to be me and the missus. So, wait. I came here, you're the Atari and video games, and I get guitar assembly. What? There's also art on my channel. Yeah, we did an Atari game yesterday. And I'm going to film Kangaroo here in another day or so for actually this month's highlight game. But we are more than just Atari over here. Hence why I got rid of the name Atari Creep. All right, let's get some screws. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm just going to take a wild guess and figure out what bit I need. I'm guessing that's my Huckleberry. I watched a couple of reaction videos yesterday to Tombstone and The Shining. I don't know why I've been getting into reaction videos lately. It all started with, hold on, that might not be the best option. Nothing worse than getting something like this done, and then your bit slips and your screw gets all fucking marled up. Don't be that guy or gal. But I really took a lot of comfort in watching reaction videos, women reacting to Order 66. And watching their breakdown. Oh, look at that. These are marked like on the plate. You know, sometimes there'll be a sticker or something like that, but this literally just says neck. Neck. Mecha neck. Alright, let's unwind this. They don't cheat on the cords, I'll tell you that. Alright, how we're going to do this is there's a little hole that goes into here. And supposedly all this will fit through it. Alright, looks like I'm doing it one at a time. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Are you fucking kidding me? This better fucking fit. I'm going to be fucking fuming. I'm going to call Mr. Acklot. I'm going to call the Acklot company and be like, dudes, are you shitting me? Alright, looks like I'm going to have to try the one at a time thing, but I don't think it'll... If it peeks out the other end, then we're good. Are you fucking kidding me? Let me do this one first. The theory is I should just go like this. There it is. Hello, peekaboo. Prick. You fucking prick. They didn't drill this fucking hole big enough. I don't have a long enough drill bit to fucking play this game. This might be over. We might be playing games, Megantron. You and your guitar prejudices. Let me try something here. Let me, I should have brought some zip ties in here. Let me do this. Maybe it'll fit just enough if I do flat on flat. Almost like I'm doing drywall, you know? If you'll excuse me, I'm about to have a fucking mental breakdown. That's not going to work. This might work. Ha! I win. I win. Fucking asshole. I've never done one of these kit guitars. And I'm glad that this comes, you know, kind of like, not pre-wired, but it comes with these quick connect systems, which is a pre-wire, you know. I was just more curious to see how this would go for someone who's never fucking done anything like this before. And I'm already seeing a ton of problems. That was a problem. I mean, that's something that a kid could figure out, right? Just get something a little smaller, shove it on through, have a nice day. But now I'm looking at the holes drilled for this pickup ring, or as the Brits call it, the pickup surround. And they're not lining up. And I think that's because the route is a little off. And I'm curious as to how little or how much work one would have to do to make this work. So those two are lining up. All right. Let me leave that like that. Yeah, these are fucking way off. Way off. And this is why, children, before you do finish work and all that, you actually do a dry run and assemble the thing. The question is, do we fill it? Do we fill the holes? Or do we just fucking screw it in? Because I can always fill these later. And they're probably going to get new pickups anyway. Let me at least start this. Let me at least start it. Let me at least start it because I'm fucking done with this guitar already. This was $130 on Amazon. I am not expecting much, but I was curious as to if the layman wants to do this. What kind of work are they going to have to do to make it an actual playable guitar? And like I was saying, yeah, this might work. This might work. This might work. Hold on. There might be just enough bite for these screws to hold. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Megatron says, this is awesome. People saying hi to each other. Angry video game used to be Angry Nintendo Nerd. I remember when he was Angry Nintendo Nerd before it was on a YouTube channel. It was on a website that I used to follow. I can't remember what it was called. Something like, it was either Screw Attack or it was one of those ones he used to be a part of. There we go. That minor issue still bothers me though. Still fucking bothers me. I shouldn't have to do the corner with the pickup rings, but all right. Nope, that's not even in all the way. We're building a quality instrument. This is an heirloom instrument. Paul Reed Smith could come in here right now and be like, damn it, I'm shutting my shop down. This guy's got it made. This guy's got it going on. Skywalker. What's up? What's good, Creep, they said. What's going on? Thanks for popping in. We got fucking space royalty in the house. I have no prejudice against a clean, chorus-filled electric guitar. I don't think I even have a chorus pedal. I do not own a chorus pedal. I'm saving up on my paper route to buy me a chorus pedal. Actually, no. One of the things I'm doing over on the other channels, I'm slowly acquiring some of my early gear. My Black Kramer was my first, like, really nice guitar. I have my very first amp. Repurchased, you know. It was a Gorilla GG20. The next amp is a PV Envoy 110. There was one for sale locally for like $50 and I didn't get to it in time. And there's another lady selling one for $100 and she won't budge. I ain't giving her 100 now that one is sold for 50. So fuck her and her price. All right, you know what? As they say in the trades, it's good enough for government work. So I'm going to put this in, and you're just going to like it. There we go. There we go. Come on. Come on. This one's going to be a little tougher because I can't see it going through until I pick up the instrument. What do I do with that thing? And flip it over. Flip it, smack it, rub it down. Oh! I shouldn't have to fucking do this, Acklot. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Fucking kidding me. What I want to do? Pulling this out because I'm gonna label this anyway, bridge and neck. But there's obviously a grooved part. If you know anything about quick connect systems, there's a groove on one side that has the actual connections, and the other side's flat. I'm gonna put it flat to flat. That's how I got it through last time. And hopefully this isn't adding too much material to it. Let's do it like this. Let's see if that helps at all. And that'll tell me that this is the neck anyway. So, when I put the bridge in there, bridge pickup anyway, I won't have to guess what's what. I'll remember the fucking nightmare I went through with the neck pickup. Let's see if I can't get in the middle there. Straighten out this cord. Now, the one thing I have heard is this company has really good customer service. So worst case scenario, we jump on some video games. Yeah, it's not going to work. We jump on some fucking video games. And I give them a ringy-ding-ding down in China. Let's see if I can't do it one at a time. Please go through. Now, the question is, did it just fucking break? Nope. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, but they use a drill bit, and they drill a hole through the body so you can bring the wires from here through, and then this is going to go into another hole, which goes into the back, which is all going to connect to these electronics that we just so expertly put into the guitar. So when we plug it in, it does the things. I'm concerned about this wire being in the way. But the one thing I'm praising this company for is they gave you plenty of fucking wire so you can maneuver things around to make sure you're good. This is loose already. Oh, I didn't bring anything to tighten it down. That's why. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this one. I'm going to put the blue here. I'm going to put some blue here. And I'm going to Sharpie and I'm going to put an N on it so I know this is the neck pickup no matter what. All right, let's see how much we have to fight with the fucking with the bridge pickup, because not only do I have to do all that again with the 2 connects, but there's already a fucking wire going through there. So I need to keep telling myself it was $130. Chris, it was $130. All right. Let's see, make sure this one's marked bridge. Pick up bridge. It's funny, it's not even marked the same way. That's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, so this is what we want to do. We're gonna poo-poo-poo-choo. Because this one I have to get the wires through before I do all the stuff. And we're gonna go this way with it. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. I can tell already. If you were just building... Oh, that's actually going a lot easier than I thought it was going to. If you were actually building a guitar or assembling a guitar, and you were going to be soldering, you wouldn't have to worry about this. All the wires you could just put together and all slip right through. They do make these holes, pretty substantial enough to get the cables through. It's just you add that big plastic fucking doodad on the end of it, and it just creates a little bit more trouble than it's really worth in some cases. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's enough for me to just pull it through. Let me do this so I don't have to pull it back out and be like, oh no, I got to reconfigure the fucking wire now. I hope it's not broken. Alright. Well, one's popping through, so let me do this. Let me pull that one through. And then maybe the other one will come through. Because this portion of the fucking job shouldn't be this hard. Absolutely not. I might have to pull that one back through. And I think I just did. I think I just fucking did. Alright, let's straighten this out the best I can. But yeah, if you just had bare wires, this would not be an issue even a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna swap sides here. I'm gonna swap sides so I can come in clean. I'm just gonna go for it. Fuck it. Ah, your sister's a fucking whore. Hey! We got a shower. Not a grower, but we got a shower. All right, there we go. That's the ticket. Well, that's going to be a conversation I'm going to have with them. Not to be a dick, but to, give them a little bit of, why don't we use a little bit of a bigger route or a smaller fucking connector? All right, let me put that in there like that, right? And we pull the wire taut. I hate that word. That's why I use it. Because I know if I don't fucking like it, there's going to be other people who are not going to like it. I will pull it taut. Now, are these ones going to line up? A greater deal better than the other ones did. Absolutely. Nice. And you know what else I did? I had these screws just laying on the table here. Could have marled up the body if I put it down in the wrong spot. 'Tis not good. Where is my little pin vise screwdriver thing. All right, let's just let's get the corners. Let's get the corners ready to go. Now the other question is, are the pickups going to be lined up with the strings? Again, easy fix. Easy enough fix. Just pull these out. Put a couple of... Honestly, this is how you do it. I would put tape down first and then punch a hole. Then you take a couple of toothpicks, you dip it in wood glue, jam them in there, like 2 or 3 of them, and really stuff them, and then very carefully, that's why I would put the tape down first. Flush it up, give it about an hour to cure, re-drill the holes, you're done. Have a nice day. That's actually proper technique. Sometimes people will have proper dowels, but, you know, what are you going to do? I use toothpicks. In fact, inside my toolbox outside, I have a whole flat of toothpicks taped to the inside of the top lid for that fucking very reason. So, it's not very... Yeah, this one's a lot better. This one's a lot better than the neck one. Let's see. You don't like the mile-long cord wadded up in the body cutout? You know what? It is what it is, Howard, I suppose. I have no prejudice against, okay, yep, we talked about that. Hint, hint, EVH. Yeah, no, I know. I had this, okay, so going back to what I was saying about slowly picking up on my old gear. One of the first pedals I got, and I don't remember what the heavy metal pedal was. It was like classic metal, but it was like one of those weird off-brands. And I can't remember. So, and I've been searching for years for something that might spark my memory, but nothing has been doing that. So, the next pedal I got, and I think someone gave it to me. It might have even been stolen. I don't know. But it was a Digitech pedal. It was a dual. It had chorus and flange kind of built in together. I forget what the model was. I will double check that here in a second, but it was gray, if I remember correctly, gray and blue. People want about 150 for them now, which is not bad. It's not bad. It was a really great pedal, and it worked really well with the reverb. I have spring reverb in my is that... You're fucking kidding me. I don't know if there's a piece of black plastic flash on this ring, or if you can start to see the gap. Fuck you, gravity. Where is my... I'm willing to bet that it's flashing. I'm willing to bet that it's flashing. And it is. It is. I can clean that up later. For now, we'll just leave it be. But that's probably one of the next pieces of gear I'm going to be seeking out. All right. Look at that. It's starting to look like a guitar. The guitar bang. Question is, do I cut this green wire? Let's get these studs in. Let's bang in the oh, these are fucking cheap as fuck. Oh my god, these pot metal pieces. As soon as I picked it up, I was like, gross. So what this is going to be what the bridge sits on, and you can use it to adjust it up and down. And then this is going to be the tail piece, which is what the strings initially go through and anchor to. Then they'll go up over the bridge, and, you know. I know there's some of you that know this stuff, but there's probably some of you who don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these. What the fuck is this green shit? I don't know. Looks like shards of plastic. Oh, I didn't even have to hammer them in. That just went right in. That's kind of concerning. See if I can do that with this one. Perfect. Now one more. Normally you'd want to have like a piece of wood or something between the two, and you would also want to be using like a little, almost like a little dead blow mallet or something like that. Never do it directly on the pieces because you'll dent them up and marl them. Something about that sound. I just really enjoy it. The clanking of metal pieces getting screwed into each other. I can't wait for fucking robot porn to be a thing. I bet it is, actually. I bet you somewhere in the world you could fucking watch robot porn. And I can't wait to discover it myself. So we're not going to put the bridge on it right away because it'll just keep slipping off. The strings are what holds it in place. So now I need to determine if I want to cut this wire or not. And I think my initial instinct is no, just pull it through just enough. I'm going to bend this down like it already is. I don't know if you can see that it's in an L shape. And I'm going to let it sit on the inside wall like that. And then it's going to come into contact with one of these studs. And that's going to complete the ground. Basically, you complete the ground as you're touching the strings and everything. Where did I put my bang bang? Perfect. Done. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. Let me turn this in on itself. Beautiful. I know you can't see that, but the wire is now facing downward and against this side of the wall. I suppose it would have been nice if I had the fucking stud ready to go. And that's going to force it to make contact with this. All right. Just make sure we're good here. I will hold that taut. Now it's funny, it's not even touching the wire yet. I know it's not, and it's fucking tight. It could have something to do with the paint. I thought I scraped it out enough. But maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, here we go. Go in. Bam! Done. Your sister. Alright, so, like I said, this is where I'll just pull them out now. So, the string is going to go through the back of here. Oh, that's actually pretty tight. I might not have to worry about that. You go back through here. Come on. They're really tight. They're in this, like, flat plastic thing with like individual slots, and they're really in there nice. And this is a non-retaining ABR1 style bridge with Nashville studs. Strings, bridge. Have a nice day. Your sister's ass. All right, next we're gonna remove this so we don't lose it. Put them in there. It's not going to make noise if we don't have a jack to plug in to, you know. So where are the screws for this? I'm going to assume it's these two bad Larrys right here. And this doesn't really matter which way you go. These components aren't too bad. They don't look like your typical cheap Chinese pieces, you know. I mean, they are, but string it through the piece of solder. Or maybe thread. No, you just, if you're talking about the wire on the stud, you can just do that. You got it, buddy. Or unless you're talking about unless you're talking about when I was fighting with that thing. Good kit, Creep. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well, I can't really take credit for the fucking kit. Did you know some Redbubble Bout T-Public print quality is slightly worse than it used to be? Yeah, it seems to be getting worse every year. But you know what? I'm glad. I'm going to thank you for pointing that out, so people avoid buying the shirt. But TeePublic, you know, sometimes it comes out a little blurry, sometimes it doesn't. The way I look at it, it's not about the fucking shirt. It's about the $1 I got for each one that's sold already. So I can hopefully get more than 12, because I think the minimum you can donate, I think, is $10 or $12. And worst case scenario, I'll just add it to, I eventually donate to. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just screwing in the plate right here. You don't need to see that, I guess. These line up fine. But I think most of those, you get one of two things when it comes to these kind of, you know, drop ship kind of places. You get what TeePublic gives you, which is like a print on there. Or you get the big iron-on thing, which eventually just peels off. Oh, shit, don't slip, dude. You worked your ass off on the finish of this fucking thing. All right. I should be taking notes to talk about when I do the actual review on my other channel. All right, move all tools. Move all tools. Now, now the fun part. Trying to figure out what the fuck they want me to do with all of this. Because, like I said, if I was just wiring this up, I would know exactly what to do. The one wire goes here, one goes, you know, to the fucking switch here. Which way do I want this switch? I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn it this way. I'm kind of upset that they didn't give me a lock washer with this. Where's... Don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home. And the reason I'm picking these particular pliers is because they have teeth, and so doesn't this little nut. So it'll grab it without marring it up as long as I'm not stupid about it, as long as I have a good grip, and I don't go too far. Alright, there's a 50-50 chance I might be turning that around. We'll do the fucking hokey pokey. Just so we're not putting too much pressure, these has like a little cut in the middle here so that they can have a little give for the knobs. I don't want to smush those, so I'm going to put the knobs on it now to protect it. And these ones just slip on. Some of them will have a set screw, but these just kind of have a plastic bushing on the inside that... Wow, those actually went on straight. Holy fucking hell. Thank God for small favors. That means it does things. These pots are not very... They got a lot of resistance to them. So if you're the type that does volume swells, I suggest buying new pots. Less friction. Some people like the lack of friction. I do. I like that. I like a little friction. I like it to burn a little. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So let's find the neck. Let's find the neck. Oh my God. Oh, okay, okay, hold on. So that's the neck pickup. And that's engaging this one, I believe. So, which fucking wire goes to it, though? Connect the volume, the potentiometer to the output jack. Alright, we'll do that first then. Yeah, I know this one goes from the center lug to the output jack here. Bam! Our first connection! I don't think we fucked it up. I don't think we fucked it up. So this is my problem. We have two sets of wires coming off of each pickup, and they're both black and white. They're not marked. So I don't know which one is supposed to go to the pot and which one's supposed to go to the switch. Because one of these wires is supposed to be white. Unless... Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. I'm going to guess, since this one has the red here and this one has the black here, meaning there's a shrink tubing on it. There's a shrink tubing on it. I'm going to guess this is going to the switch. They really fucking made this a lot more complicated than it really fucking needed to be. Alright, so that means I'm going to want to put this one here. You know what would be nice too? If they made these connections proprietary to each other. But they're not. They are not. But we'll find out here in a few seconds anyway. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do this thing called a tap test. I'm going to plug the guitar in. Fuck you with your fucking crap on here. I'm going to plug the guitar in and then go through all the switches and tap it with a piece of metal. Yeah, I'm going to guess that the red's going to go to the switch and the black. One of these are supposed to be white. Cocksuckers. Alright, so... And what I mean by red and black is if you look at the two different connections... There's red shrink tubing here and black shrink tubing here. So I am guessing the red is supposed to be the hot, which would go to the switches. And there's only so many ways you could do this. So we could be here all day just, you know. And then this right here. That's it. Everything's connected. Well, every connection is stuck on to something, but let's see. We already talked about the T-Public stuff. Thank you, Alan. Bass Fran says, Creep, they don't give you a wiring diagram. They do. They do. They give you this fucking thing. But they show a white cable here. But it continues to red and white. And this one's red, and you know what? So I think I'm right. I think the red is supposed to go... The one with the red, you know what I mean, shrink tubing. Yeah, they don't really show. Oh, and the picture, look at the picture. I don't know if you can see that. But they do it all fucking jangled in there, so. Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, okay, so this is kind of, if I were a new guitar person trying to figure this shit out, I would be as frustrated could be. Not understanding what they're asking me to do. So, we're just going to go with this and test it and see if we're even close. First, I want to make sure the neck pickup is the neck pickup and the bridge pickup is the bridge pickup, meaning the selector switch. And then I'll worry about all this fucking doodad shit afterwards. So let me turn my volume all the way down, and we'll use literally any piece of metal. Any piece of metal. Let me turn my amp on, and hopefully this doesn't make a god-awful noise. All right, here we go. If I did my job right, this should be the one that's engaged. And this should not be. Perfect. I know you can't hear that. Okay. These might be reversed. But let's do this. Let's go right here in the middle. I got sound from both. Okay, so this is working properly. When I'm in the down position, this is making noise when I tap it. Not the noise I really wanted to hear. I wanted to hear it louder. You know what? Let me take this plastic off. Hoping to hear it louder. Yeah, everything seems to be working. But I truly won't know about this stuff here until I have strings on it and we're ready to rock. But for right now, this is bridge as it should be. This is both. And this. Okay, so that is correct. Now, whether or not I have to reverse it from the... You know what, I'm going to do one of them just for shits and giggles. To see if I get a better signal. So let's do the neck. Let me reverse the neck connections. Just for fun. Let's see if it gets louder. Because if it gets louder, then that's going to be proper. But I know the pickup themselves is at the right spot on the switch. I do know that for a fact. So this will tell me if I have a better signal or not. Where did I put my little... I could just use this then. I think I'm right. I don't know. Which way should I go with this? Let me put it back the way I had it. I can change it later. I don't know. I'm confused. Because I don't know what wire is coming from where. This is obviously a 4-conductor setup. I don't know what wire is coming from what, because it's all, you know, covered up by shrink tubing. So I'm going to put it the way I had it originally. Go with my first instincts. Because I didn't hear too much of a sound difference. I'm just going to jam it all in there for now, just like they had it. There we go. And I'm going to cover it. Are you fucking kidding me? Doesn't even fit. Wasn't routed properly. So I'm going to have to shave this down in the future. My Alzheimer's shirt shipped today. Right on, man. That's awesome. I'm still here, lover boy. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Mike's a good people. Mike's a very good people. If you like watching model kits and shit like that, he hasn't done like videos in a long time. But Mike would be the guy to go see. He's got some really cool builds on his channel. In fact, if you guys remember before, I don't know if the person who asked me to go get it, but I'd shown you my Deckard blaster on the side of the squirt gun. The squirt gun came from Mike there, and he's the one I built alongside using the same toy. Okay, so this is going to need some adjustment, like a hair. A hair. In fact, I don't think I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to end up shaving some of this off. But I will do that in the future. We won't worry about that today. At least I won't worry about that. So let me, I'm going to start taking notes here. Actually, we're not going to use this. We're going to take notes for when I do the actual review of this kit. This is fucking craziness. I expected things to go wrong, but not like this. God damn it, are they stealing my fucking pen again? These fucking women. Alright, 1. Wire holes. 2. Pickup rings. 3. Backplate. 4. Wiring. 'Let's tape this on there. Bam. So I do not lose them. Alright, boys and girls, say goodbye to the body for a little while. Say goodbye to the body. So we need to bring in this counterpart. The neck, the part that my buddy Mike likes to jerk off. So we need to assemble the neck now, which is putting tuners on it. And I'm not going to put, this is what they call a truss rod cover. It'll go there to cover this hole. I'm not going to do that yet because once we get string tension on it, the neck's going to want to move around. And it came with this nifty little Allen wrench, and that goes in here, and you can either go this way, or you know, whatever. And there's a rod that goes down the center of the neck, and what that can do is counter the tension, because when you put the strings on it, this headstock is going to want to come forward, you know, away from, or I should say technically towards the body, but away from you if you're holding the guitar proper. And the truss rod is in there to counter that. And sometimes you want like a slight little bow, and you look down and you sight it with the strings on it. A lot of people like the neck to be perfectly flat. And the only time that's truly important is if your neck has some issues or if you're leveling the frets. I am not going to do that. Again, I want to build this as if somebody was building it all together. How would you take it off, man? Oh, that's not a bad illustration. Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It didn't tell me nothing. It showed me wires I didn't have. But, oh, bye, body. I thought you said bye, buddy. So basically what it is it makes the neck either bow forward or bow backwards, you know. If you really want to do something like that with it, I suppose you could, if you wanted to. I'm not going to finish the headstock at any time. So I'm going to leave these separate for now until we actually have string tension on it for at least a day or two. Because to my knowledge, this has never had any strings ever on it. So let's get the tuners, shall we? Ooh, those feel gross. They like them enough to brand it with their A on it. I don't know if you noticed that, but the neck pocket has this weird A, and the neck itself has this weird A. You know what? I haven't even tested to make sure that this even fits in the neck pocket. For all I know, this isn't even going to fucking fit. You know what? Fuck it, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Putting tuners on are as simple as it gets. You put this through a hole, there's a little screw in the back, and then you put the bushing back in, and there's really nothing to it, really, honestly. So there's a little pilot hole right here. I don't know if you can see that. So you sink that in there, bam, have a nice day. Line it up best you can. First I'm going to put the washer and the actual threaded bushing. I feel not tightening it, yes? I feel not tightening it. Is this going to work with it? Is this going to work with it? No. It's not deep enough. It's not deep enough. It's all right. That's all right. We can still use our trusty little what do you call it there? I already fucked up the first tuner. Do you see a problem here? The hole's lined up, but I have no tuner. there is a proper left and right side. What the fuck? That was a me problem. That was a me bad. Yeah, I was like, I'm still here. I know, dude. Bottom comment, blob of fucking of resin, and the computer's a little further away than I'm used to. All right, let's try that again, shall we? I got so excited just to stick a thing through a thing that I knew was going to actually work. Alright, so I'm just going to get these cinched, finger cinched. And then what we'll do is I'll put the screw in just to set it. And then we'll tighten everything else afterwards. What do I do with those screws? So I'm going to... This is a good... If you don't have cups around, I don't know where my little ramekin cups are, my souffle cups. Little plastic ones. This is what I do. I just put down like something like this to keep the screws contained. Hopefully that works. You'll be a woman soon. Aye. Alright. I made that joke because it's a virgin thread. Nothing's been threaded into it yet. Alright, so that's one. That's one. There's a lot of fucking slop in that. A lot of slop. You know, I'm going to tighten these down as we go. Excuse me a moment. The great thing is there's a set screw in this, so I don't even have to hold anything. You don't want this too tight. There we go. Remember when I worked for Parker Guitars? What the fuck? Oh, I see what's going on. Excuse me. I didn't have the tuner flush against the back of the peg head. So it created a situation where it wasn't truly tightening up. When I worked for Parker Guitars, we had these things called Spurzell locking tuners. And they would keep breaking, and people would like, I'm like, dude, these things suck. And they're like, dude, stop fucking, just get it tight and then give it a little eat, just enough, you know? Eat. All right, no, this is over here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got it. Oh, you know what else that means? That means to screw these. There we go. Can you see what I'm doing? There we go. Now it's in frame. I'm turning a screw. Isn't that a book, The Turning of a Screw or something like that? Or is it The Taming of a Shrew? My friend Jeff. He was Jiffy the Jew. His name's Goldstein. That was his nickname when we were in high school. Term of endearment. He came up with it. Don't fucking get mad at me. Alright. You know what? These don't feel that bad. Now that I kind of broke them in a little bit. And there are screws on the end of tuning pegs that you can loosen slightly. Don't go nuts. But you can loosen and tighten up it to your, you know, to your taste, if you will. Alright. Giggity. Be nice if I had a nut driver set. Remember the first time I saw a nut driver set, ooh, I almost marred that up. It was on this website called stumac.com. They sell tools and guitar building supplies. They're basically like a legit luthier supply company. Luthier being a professional stringed instrument builder, repair guy. And you have to be like a master repair builder to become a legit luthier. I will never be like a legit luthier. That was the first place I ever saw nut drivers. I'm just like, oh my god, that's so awesome, but they're so expensive. Didn't realize that it was just a fucking tool you could buy at Lowe's or Home Depot or something, you know? Like half the fucking cost. They just branded them fucking StuMac guitar nut driver sets and bam. Mooey dollars. And the other thing about these screws that you need to be aware of, if there's no pilot holes, always, never not, always do it. Drill your ass a pilot hole, because these fucking screws are so cheap. They will fucking snap with the slightest little bit of resistance. And then you're in a fucking world of hurt. You're drilling things out and plugging holes, and it just gets ugly and worse. Just make sure you have pilot holes. And technically, I should have some fucking paraffin wax here to kind of, you know, help, not only help guide the screw a little bit better on its first turn, but it also helps, and I learned this at Pocket Guitars too, it helps if moisture gets in there. So it doesn't get onto the raw wood that you just cut with the threads and swell up the wood and cause problems. Not that that's like generally, you know, a real problem, but in some cases, like the neck pocket, you know, the neck bolts, you know, your hands are down there and you sweat or you have a beer in your hand or whatever, you know. Back when people actually played the guitar and then just fucking collect them and keep them all pristine. It's nothing worse than a fucking 50-year-old Les Paul that looks like it came right out of the case. Don't get me wrong, that's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's fucking cool. But I would rather see one that's been in a fucking smoky bar for half of its life. They call it stage 4 relicking, where it's like so fucked up it's just starting to become cool, you know? There are so many that's what she said moments from your dialogue, and that's the point, you know? That's a pretty decent looking headstock. Yeah, you know, they did their own thing. You know what they're going for, but it's not so blatant, you know? I like it. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? A classy acoustic guitar. Almost maybe like a Taylor or something like that, you know what I mean? Not so much Takamine. But yeah, it reminds me of that. This nut is going to have to go at some point. This is a piece of plastic. It's probably hollow inside too. But it looks like it's not even cut. It's so what? How you traditionally make a nut is you have a blank piece of rectangle material. I prefer bone. And you put it on there and you shape it and you cut the little slots for the strings. This was injection molded with these fucking slots, so I'm curious to see. I can tell you right now, the action is going to be higher than it needs to be. But that's why God invented nut files. There's one for you, Howard. Was it Howard? No, Bears fan. Let's see. Violation was a member for 8 months. You know what? Not only is Bear fans a Violation a member for 8 months, he has probably contributed to more you being members than any of you guys. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the whole Creep collective. Let me, you know, every one of these fucking guys and gals. Or just guys. I don't think there's a single gal in there. I think aside from Megantron and Emily, the harp lady, I don't think I have many female subscribers. And that's fine. I don't give a fuck what you are. You can be a male, you can be a fucking female. You can be a donkey. I don't care. If you're a cat that has thumbs and knows how to use a fucking mouse and you want to watch my videos, power be to you. I still sometimes wonder why any of you guys are subscribed. I have more technical difficulties. I don't have any kind of consistency to anything. Like the Joker said, I just do. I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught one. Do I look like a guy with a plan? That is not seated. Fuck this screw. It's going to break. Watch. Watch. Ha! Chris was just careful enough. If this guitar plays well and it feels well, most of this shit is all going to be replaced with better components anyway. And when I say that, I'm not going to buy a $300 set of fucking tuners. I'm going to go to Music Lily on Amazon, and I'm going to get me a nice set of locking. I get a set of locking tuners from them on one of my ES335 hollow semi-hollow copy, and they've served me very well. I don't think they cost me $20. Sure, they're probably made out of pot metal and whatever. But they stay in tune, they look cool as fuck. And they weren't a lot of money to put on a guitar that was so bad that they didn't even make them, really. I know that sounds weird to say. I had to do a lot of work to get my guitar to play well. And there are still issues with it, like the neck likes to shift a lot, and it's a set neck, means it was glued to the body, whereas this is bolt-on. 4 screws will hold this onto the body. And there are arguments to which one's better. I don't think there's much of a difference at all. I think you might get a little bit more vibration from it being glued in, but if you have a bolt-on neck, right, that's wood on wood, and if you get that joint tight enough, I think the theory there, it would be actually better than a glued-in neck, because it doesn't have that layer of the glue preventing some of the vibration, right? But people throughout the years have played guitars with sloppy neck pockets, and the necks are, whatever. But I have that set in that guitar, and it shifts. The neck shifts all the time. Glary had them on the website for like a month at best. And then they took them off the website for 2 reasons. One, I think Gibson put a cease and desist on them. And 2, they just weren't manufactured very well at all. Fuck, this one's going to give me problems. Let me back it out. The reason I backed it out is I started seeing some wood coming up. Why is it going in at an angle? Fuck me. Was that my bad? Alright, let me, where's that X-Acto knife? I have a little Allen key here that's, yeah, no, that's fine. We just check the screw, make sure it's actually threaded. That sounds like a weird thing to say, but you never know. Alright, let me come back in here. Alright, this hole must have been fucking drilled at an angle. I did everything to make sure that was straight. I did everything to make sure that was straight. So I'm just going to do this one turn at a time. Don't snap. Don't snap. You know what? I'm going to leave it a little bit floppy because this will hold it down too. That's what's great about this style of tuner. Alright, so that one screw is fucked. What am I doing? What am I doing? see what we got going on here. We love you, man. Thank you, Bears fan. I genuinely appreciate that, dude. I know exactly what you're saying that to, what comment you're saying that to. I say it all the time. I can't believe anyone watches this shit. I get it when I'm talking about something like a new product or playing a game that you might like. But if you really go back on my channel, I didn't play games for the longest time. Once in a while. It was always just sit and talk. I always had, you know, I would sit and just come up with topics to talk about all the time. And I prided myself on the variety of that for the longest time. With the occasional game. But usually if I was playing a game, there would be a story behind it. Like, I did a video, shit, God, it was well over a decade ago. It was when I was still in Arizona. Playing Astro Warrior on the Master System. And the reason I made that so important to me is because it was a game I had played all the time at my friend's house that had the Master System. If you recall, I had a friend that had one of those, and that was one of the systems I grew up playing through him. Poor kid's got cancer now. Hope he fucking makes it through. So he's a really good guy. Really good guy. And it was just one of those games that I played a lot, but forgot about. And I had just recently gotten a Master System. And I'm at one of my local game shops. I'm like, can you recommend a few games? I already gotten Zillion and Rocky and all Outrun and all the games that I could recall. And he's like, have you played Astro Warrior? I'm like, it sounds familiar. So he gave me the one with Hang On, I think was on it too. Yeah, fuck these, man. If I go anymore, I'm going to strip that. I'm going to leave it. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my God, a huge flood of fucking memories punched me right in my scrotum. And in my brain. And then into my heart. And, I said, I got to make a video about this. Talking about the memories. And I had forgotten about this game. And how I felt rediscovering it. And I did quite a few things on Truxton. In fact, there's a series I want to bring back. I have this controller called the Turbo Touch 360, which has a flat, instead of like an actual D-pad, it's like a flat piece of plastic that has some kind of capacitive something where it senses your thumb. And I was actually trying to play games with that to see, can I play this difficult game using this controller? And Truxton was one of them. Because that was one of my favorites. When, you know, the Genesis was kind of a new deal. All right, look at that. We have a neck. These are shady as fuck. You know what I might do? Hold on. Hold the boat. Hold the boat. This could be a Chris era. This could be a Chris era. Ah, I just fucking hurt my thumb. No, I have the right bit. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the one who's a fuck. Maybe it's not the screw at all. No, it's the screw. Yeah, it's the fucking screw. It doesn't matter. They're going to be... I'm going to tell them the screw. I'm like, bye! Get the fuck out of here. Alright, I think I'm done with this thing for now, because we can't put the back plate on. Alright, we only have 2 more things really to do. Well, 3. I need to bolt the neck on here, but we're going to put the strap buttons on first. And that's why I waited to do those 2 together, because those will be used in this fucker. And I didn't have to use any of my little socket things for my... They're just cheap little sockets that came with. This is a ratcheting screwdriver that I've had for like fucking 20-something years. I think the ratcheting thing's dying too. But it came in this fucking thing. And it has served me well throughout the years. It was just something I kept in a car or a van I had back in the day. Just so I had a little bit of everything. Of course, my 10 millimeters missing. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? I will blow a kiss to the first person who can tell me what these are for. What are these? They just happen to be in here. They just so happen to be in here. Bass Fan Goomba says 100%. Violation of appearance says, do you have just the one scally cap or several at the same design in rotation? No, I have, this one is my main one, my everyday one. It goes in the laundry once a month. I have a really nice black one that's more of a peaky, they call it. The brim isn't, it's not as flat of a cap. It's more of a, once in a while I'll wear, that's my like dress hat. It's all black. It has a black shamrock on the back, and it's called the Boondock for Boondock Saints. It's obviously not official, and fuck that movie anyway. But it's got the Latin that their fingers had, their trigger fingers had on the inside. And I have one that's themed to the New England Patriots, but it didn't fit my head, so I gave that one to the girls. And there is a Frankenstein's Monster one they come out with every year. It's got some really cool patchwork. But I really only have the two. And my daughters have one of my third one, which doesn't fit me, so I don't count that as mine, but they do. I'm like, I gave it to you girls, so I don't know what you're saying. Just little strap buttons, just a little doohickey for your strap to go on. I will eventually before anyone makes that fucking joke, I will eventually be upgrading to strap locks. In fact, I need to get a handful of setup of strap locks, because I have my childhood strap, the one I had on my very first guitar. It was a Haley's Comet theme one. I still have it, the very one I bought when I was a kid at Daddy's Junkie Music on Route 1 North before they moved over to the southbound side. And the little slit for the strap buttons have stretched out over the years. I've had many guitars on it, and some heavier than others. I'm not going to do this one too tight. There we go. We have a strap button there. I'm going to put a strap button here. Again, all these holes are pre-drilled. Take it with a grain of salt that they're going to be lined up. These ones, it's no brainer. But I want to get strap buttons for that. Go fuck yourself. Alright, let me just see who that is real quick so I can hang up on them. Oh, it's my fucking stepdaughter. She calls that number because she knows I don't ever have my ringer on. Hold on. Oh, she already called once. Give me a second here, guys. I'm sorry. Streaming. Are you dying? All right, I'm going to change. To here because. Oh no! Maybe you should see this part. Hold on. Let me go back to the webcam. What happens is once I get the next set in there, I have to hold it upwards, and you'll see it better from this angle here. Bass Fan Goon Potion, what's up, man? Leaving it floppy. Yes, I'm 12. Absolutely, dude. Aren't we all? If you have a penis, you are perpetually 12 and 13 years old. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care how much education you have. I don't care how fucking... waiting for a thing. Least she could have done was been like, hey, Dad, I need this. I don't care how suave you think you are. Once you grow a penis, you will forever be 13 years old. There will not be a fucking fart that's not funny. There won't be any boobies that won't make you giggle. Well, I mean, actually, there are some boobies that make me not giggle. All right, this is something I didn't test, and I should have done that before any of this. Okay, let's see. Bears fan says LOL. That's what she said. Seeing some wood come up. Tipping the table. I'm 12. 2 potion. Absolutely, man. Thanks for popping in, man. Grow up. We just age. Yeah, dude. I haven't fucking grown up. Come on. I got more toys than the kids ever have. Do you have just the one Scally? Okay, we already did the Scally Cap. I've got to be 3 8-panel Scally Caps. Nice, man. Mine are from Boston Scally Company. Where do you get yours? You should look up the comment for the 12-year-old comments. Meeting time. All right, buddy. Hopefully I caught you. Enjoy your fucking meeting. I'd love a Scally Cap, but I'm scared I'd be confronted and questioned by some Boston cats in the car park. Fucking asshole. When are you going to ever be in Boston? I'm not going to lie. I'd like to be down there. I think I got lucky as fuck. It's not the tightest. Okay, so a good neck pocket shouldn't do that. You should be able to put the neck in. Don't slide it in. People are so... Always come from the top and press it in. A good neck pocket, you should be able to pick up the body and actually be able to hold the body. But again, these are just manufactured just to get them out the fucking door with machinery. And a lot of times, if you're oh, see, I got a lip here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And there's a slight gap right here. And it's not even buttoned up to the back here. It might be because of the pickup. Yep. So another thing I might do in the future is if you see there's a lip right here, I might actually just grind that down just a wee bit because it is buttoned up against the pickup ring here. But these are all done with machines. You know, these are all done with machines. And I think in some cases they do make sure that they kind of fit and then they move it on. Because when I used to watch a lot of people build these guitar kits before they became better quality like this one. Not that it's high class quality. I'm actually looking at it now and just realizing it's a fucking guitar now. And that just made me fucking smile. Made me a little giddy. There'll be like a number on the back of the neck and in the neck pocket, meaning they literally fit that neck to that. Now, do they fit it straight? Or do they fit it at a slight angle? The world may never know. And I think I just realized another thing that I didn't do that a lot of times you should do is drill out the screw holes, because if these are too tight for here, you don't want the screws to be bound up as you don't want the screws to get bound up as you're screwing it in. I think I might be good though, and that's why I came in with the tool. I don't know if you saw me do that, but I grabbed one of my Allen keys and just kind of poked it through. The other question is, are the holes going to line up? They pre-drilled the neck and they pre-drilled this. And again, these are all built separate on a machine that has a pre-programmed neat. Was that machine having a bad day? Did his fucking wife yell at him before going to work? Did he catch his fucking wife banging the neighbor's cat? I don't know. So that's a good sign. I'm able to push it all the way to the neck. Now, is the hole lined up? By God, it appears that one is. And much like you do with your tire, when you're changing it, this is fucking hell. Can you see what's wrong here? I don't have a back plate. This is not instruction. This is me wanting to put this together but not being bored while doing it. Okay? So I'm just going to get that just to grab. Oh, fuck you. There we go. Man, they were really proud of their brand name, man. Oh, wait. Here's another thing. Fuck, I didn't even think of that. No, they should all be the same size, right? Yeah, this is flat. Okay. Some neck cutaways are angled, which means two of the screws might be shorter than the other one. And if you don't pay attention to that, it'll go right through the neck. In this case, I believe they are all the same size because this is flat. I know there's a cutaway here, but there's no angle to this piece. It's flat. This is just real decorative. And it's there to help you, get access to the upper frets a little bit easier. And I'm just going to bring these in enough to make sure the neck is on solid. We're not going to cinch anything down just yet. Oh, man. A drill would be nice here. Especially since I'm going to have trouble getting that into the neck. But my drill is in a box nowhere near where we are. So, I'm going to bring this back down like this. I'm going to bring that so you can see if I fuck it up. Let me catch up on the chat. But no, dude. Get yourself a scally cap. Hi, why'd you call every fucking phone in the house, rude ass? What's the matter?
Sorry, blocked.
What?
There's a lot of walking and running. I'm tired.
Okay, then what were you calling for? That's the question.
I want to talk to you on my walk home.
That's what you need to say. I mean, I literally texted you. Are you bleeding or dying?
And I responded.
Did you respond? Oh, I didn't see the response. My apologies. I should have fucking drilled out the neck hole a little bit better.
Daddy.
Yes, kid.
Look what I got.
Did you do the I can walk like a penguin?
I did.
Did anyone get it at all?
Miss Shaughnessy got it.
Yeah. Nice. They went to the aquarium today. And there was a commercial when I was a kid for the aquarium. And at one point, there's a bunch of people looking at penguins. And this one kid just goes, I can walk like a penguin. It just became a fucking a verbal meme before memes were memes. I like him. He's cool.
His name's Hubert.
Hubert the otter?
Yeah.
That's rad. How much was Hubert?
Surprisingly cheap.
I didn't ask you if it was cheap or not. How much was he?
16.
15? Yeah, I guess that's not bad for a fucking gift shop.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, as you can see, I'm streaming.
I'm tired.
Why is this one not going in?
Because these are the friends who know I curse. We took the commuter rail.
I know. You sent me video.
Oh, I got way more videos.
Okay. Well, I don't need to see them right now.
I'm going to make a longer video out of them.
Okay. We need to get you a better phone. That video quality was not good. Oh, no.
And my friend's going to send me all her, post videos and make a really big
Okay.
thing.
All right. See how much I'm fighting with this one screw? What's happening is the pilot hole in the neck is too tight. So, we have two options. I can either force it in there and risk snapping this into it, or I could just drill the hole. Is this fucking crooked? Hold on. Is this crooked? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, I'm holding it. It's like a guitar now. Oh, shit. There we go. All right, we're going to come back to this angle. There's some shifting going on here. Some shifty McShiftersons. Let me back this off a little. Back this one. What? What do you want?
I petted a stingray.
A stingray?
Today.
Isn't that what killed fucking Irwin, whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Steve Irwin?
Irwin.
That actually might have been my bad. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, the neck is kind of doing this inside, this way. So I backed off all the screws a little bit. I'm going to back this one off a little bit more. And I'm going to cinch down the two screws closest to the body. So I could seat that in there. And that might line this screw up a little bit better. That might have been my bad. And I'm glad I caught that. I'm glad I caught that because that could have caused a fuck ton of problems. Yeah, that's what I like right there. There we go. You know what? There's not really much of a gap between the body and the neck. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Alright, so the other thing we can do, you know what? The screw is warped. I can see it doing this as I'm fucking turning it. Oh, that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, it just kind of stops right there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to back off this screw and see if it seats into that one better. And that'll tell me whether or not the screw itself is fucked or not. Once you have the neck seated into the pocket properly, you can kind of do this. In fact, a lot of people, what they'll do is if they really want to reset the neck just right, they'll loosen all of them and then just tighten up either these two or these two, depending on what they need. But once you have the neck pocket where it needs to be, and you have at least two screws holding it, yeah, I think this screw is no good. So, you know what that means? One less screw in the guitar. But I will also drill it out to see if I can't make it work that way. Wow, yeah, I think the screw is fucking warped. Oh, I could definitely tell it is now. So let me put in this other one just to confirm that. Uh-oh, sounds like things are going down on the mean streets of Melrose. Hey, Lil, I didn't know your sister was fucking home earlier. Oh, she's not hearing me. She has her fucking headphones on. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's the fucking screw. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to put it in this hole here. Not because I should, but because this one already had a screw tap, some threads. And I really don't have a screw. I do, but that's fucking weird. That's weird. That's one more thing to write down. One more thing to write down. Where's that pen I just had? That I dramatically fucking tossed. Like my lunch. Ah, here it is. Oh. It's purple, like the Alzheimer's Association. Number 5. Bent. Screw. Neck screw. I hope I can fucking read that later. What's going on here? I love that ratchet sound. I really do too. I'd love a scale. Okay, we already did that. Violation said stingrays are good people, but only on the right days. Yeah, I think, it's just one of those things where you just need to not be on the business end of things, I think wasn't it a freak accident when he died? Oh my God, this fucking screw is so bad. Yep, no, I'm not even going to fight with it. It'll get busted in there and I'll be fucked. So there we go. One screw we can't use. What I'll do is I'll go through my parts. And I will find a screw. I know I have plenty. I'm just not fucking digging for one right now. And unfortunately, because my hardware is like a black chrome, it's got like a little bit of a tint to it, it's not going to match. That's unfortunate. Trying to think if it was something no, because this one went in just fine. That one went in just fine. All right, so. Oh my God. Motor owned. All right. Always cleaning up your workspace. Removing tools you don't need. Removing tools you do not need. Let's go back to here. Do you really want to watch me string it up? Do you care to watch me string it up? You're only going to be able to see part of it, though. I don't have anything long enough to get to the headstock. So how I string up my guitars is, and we'll do this. No, we won't. We'll do this. Is when I bring the string to the tuners, I will take the string all the way up, right? All the way taut. And then pinch it where it's at the next tuner, bring that down, and that's when I bend it and start wrapping it around. So I give it one tuner length of slack to wrap around. Now, what a lot of assholes will do, and I hope guitar people are watching this at some point, because if you do this with your fucking strings, you're a douchebag and you should be fucking smacked in the face. Some people do this thing where they'll put the string through, bring it around, up and through the string again, and then around. And then cinch it, and then they'll do the rest of the slack. And the theory there is you're locking the string so it won't go out of tune. But you haven't given the string any fucking tension yet. And all that does is create a problem for the guy who's going to have to work on the guitar next. Every time I would get someone's fucking guitar and it would have their strings on there like that, it was always a problem, because what happens is once the guitar has tension on it for so long, that fucking string is now gnarled onto itself. And yeah, you could snip it, but the way you got to get to it is you could scratch the hardware. So you got to get like a little thing and try to oh my fucking God. So if you're a guitarist or a guitar tech and you fucking lock your strings like that, fuck you. Don't fucking do that. Ever. Unless you're the only one who's ever going to work on the guitar. And you can't even guarantee that, because you are going to die at some point. So fuck your feelings on that. I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. Don't fucking lock your strings in. It doesn't do anything. It has no benefit. So here's the cool thing about this. These strings are probably going to be trash. Oh, absolutely they're going to be trash. I can feel it already. But again, I want to see what this thing's like out of the box. I know I finished it. But that doesn't really do much. But they numbered the strings. They numbered the strings for you. So where is 6? There it is. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do them one at a time, obviously. What am I going to... Okay, here we go. We'll do this. Fuck, I hope none of them fall. All right. I'm curious as to what gauge these are. Let me get the calipers. Let me get my calipers. Turn on a light because the clouds just came out. It got fucking dark in here real fast. When we get to the high string, I'll use the calipers. I'm curious to see what that is. My guess is it comes with 9s, but it could come with 10s. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen kookier things. 10 gauge would be better. I like 10 gauge. Bears fan says he's back. Are you back in the saddle again, or are you back for the attack? All right, so, and how the bridge works is you have these individual saddles, right? There's a screw going through there, and these things thread into the screw, right? These little triangular pieces, and they're notched for strings, and you can see this is supposed to be the low end because it's a thicker notch, a thinner notch, and to what they call intonation is when you make the guitar play in tune both in the lower registers and the higher registers. Your guitar has a scale length, and from the nut to the 12th fret is the exact same measurement from the 12th fret to the bridge. But the guitar is imperfect in its perfection that you have to have an adjustable thing to go back and forth. Some earlier guitars don't have it, and that's fine. And that's why you have the screws and all kinds of stuff like that. But of course, each one has to be gauged for the string, or else it would just flip-flop. So they put a little notch in there. When you do a setup, you eventually have to redo that. But I'm noticing that this one is radiused pretty well. So I don't know if I'm going to have to do that to the strings aside from just adjusting the saddles back and forth. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me give this a little bit of height. That's really disappointing. That's really disappointing, that fucking nut or screw. Alright, let me take this thing off of it. I'll put this on. This is I've never seen a tailpiece with those 2 holes drilled. There's one here and one right there. I don't know if you can see them. I have never seen that before. I don't know if that's just they cast it that way so like there's less metal being used. I genuinely don't know. These might be 10 gauge. This is a pretty thick string. And some people will string all this up and then put it on. I'm not going to do that. Just make sure it's coiled up enough it stays on. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Again, you're not going to be able to see this end very well. I apologize. But like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the string as tight as I can, and I'm going to grab the string at the next tuner, bring that down, and that's when I'm going to bend it around the tuner a little bit. I'm basically making an L. Here, let me do this. I'll redo it. I brought it up to the tuner, the second one, grabbed it there, brought it back, bent it. I'm not going to do that little wrappy thing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it so the string goes around the inside. And this is subjective. I like to do, the string over the slack once and then under for the rest. You don't technically have to do that anymore because the tuners that we have today have kind of an hourglass shape and they automatically kind of just set the string where it needs to be. So now that it's over that slack piece that we're going to cut off, I'm kind of holding it closer to the neck headstock, so it'll go under it now. And I'm not going to do this one too tight. I'm not going to do this one too tight just yet. Because I want to get an idea of the height of the bridge. Normally I would just go in line, but we're going to do the 2 high strings, the high E and the low E. The first string and the 6th string. So I can get a basic height of the bridge. Alright, what are we doing here? Yeah, we need some height. We'll loosen that. There is a screwdriver thing here. I'm not going to fucking deal with that. Unless I have to go down, Alright, and put a little tension on there. Yeah, it's going to come up a little bit. Alright, that sounds about as fucking dead as my grandmother. We're going to snip the end off of here, just to make it happen. Bam! Have a nice day. Alright, back to the body. Back to the body. You know what's going on the other end now? I think I still need some height on that. Oh, it could also be the bow of the neck, too. Oh yeah, that's got a bit of a back bow already. Let's do this. Let me adjust the neck now. Fuck it, right? No. Let's get the high E string. Let's get string numero uno in the mix here. That way I can adjust the bridge accordingly from both ends. Again, normally I wouldn't go that direction. Let's see what we have here. I can't fucking, there we go. Yeah, these are 9 gauge. These are 9 gauge strings, which means I'll probably break them easy. It's alive! Yeah, man! Yeah. Let's see. Just make sure it's... Yeah, I already read that one. Make sure it's coiled up or whatever. Now, again, not all guitars have this same kind of bridge system. I was about to say, if there's not a hole there for the string to go through, I'm asking for my money back, period. Alright, and I'm going to position the tuner in such a way that the string naturally wants to go around. Alright, so I'm going to grip it at the tuning peg furthest away from it. Or the next one over, I should say. My apologies. And I'm going to bring it down like I said on that other one. I'm going to bend it. Bring it around once. And now... fuck. I'm doing this backwards. because of the position of the video. That's alright though. Get back in your place. You fucking disgrace. There we go. This is the boring part. I don't have... There's these tools you can get. It's called a string winder. I always break the handles. I don't know why. I do have one set to a fucking... I glued like a chuck piece from a broken tool, a broken Dremel piece. So I can use it with this cheap drill I have that doesn't have a lot of power. And I should probably get that, but I'm not gonna. We're not really gonna fucking give this thing too much love just yet. Right now, I'm just going to try to get it a little bit dialed in. Alright, get that up on the saddle. Oh yeah, no, that definitely has to come up. You all right? Do we have any who? Do we have what?
Can I have ibuprofen? My head is fucking killing me.
Yeah, take one of those Tylenol. There should be a bottle of ibuprofen in there also. Just don't take the one that has my name on it. That's like 800.
That's the daddy one.
That's powerful. That's for my hip. Yeah. That'll fuck your stuff. No, in the bathroom. Oh, you're gonna take the liquid stuff? You're gonna take the liquid stuff?
Yeah.
Like a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey.
Can I have some help?
No.
When you have a moment.
I don't have a moment. What do you need?
I'm a child and this has been childproof.
You're 18 in 3 weeks. Give me the
I
damn
know,
thing.
it's the only bottle I can't fucking open.
Is there even enough in there?
There should be.
You're right. That's what there should be. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, let's continue down this rabbit trail. So, one of the first things I'm noticing already is that the strings aren't really lining up. They're slightly this way. Meaning there's more of a space between the edge of the neck and the string here than there is on this side, which means doing a lot of bending, the string might slide off. But here's an interesting fact. I can correct that with a new nut later on, by the way. I can't do anything down here about it because this is pretty much set where it's at. The other thing I can do is I can take the neck, unbolt it, shift it up, and then tighten it down, and that could help it as well. In fact, that could very well be the problem. It could be, and it has nothing to do with the lack of one bolt. Sure, it's probably not going to be the most stable, but there's a lot of Fender guitars that had only 3 bolts in it. It's really not about that. There are some guitars that only have 2. But the neck pocket could also be slightly askew. What?
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know why you... All right. But this is the boring part where if you guys want to talk to me, now would be the time. Now would be the
Can I
time.
tell you about my day?
Not right now, no.
You said this is the boring part where you guys can talk to
I'm
me.
talking to them. They're the ones who like do the super chats and they're like members and stuff. I live with you. For the love of God. What part of I'm fucking streaming is not going through your brain right now? I swear, one of these days I'm going to stuff her in the trunk of a stolen car and leave her at the airport. I love you. She went to the aquarium. She's really excited to tell me about it, but I'm not in the mood right now. All right. I'm definitely going to have to adjust the truss rod. But we'll get a quick tune on it once I get all the strings on. The other thing I failed to mention is a lot of times with these necks, you have to level the frets. And what that means is you use the truss rod to flatten the neck out perfectly. And then you literally sand it or grind it with a file so that they're all perfectly one, height. And then you come back in with a crowning file to give it back that crown that the string has to sit on, right? And a lot of times, and you'll see me keep doing this, the edges will be sharp. The edges will become sharp. What's that? Become a member. Hey, Lily! Come here. They're breaking your fucking balls. All right, so you remember earlier I'm like, no, I meant them. They're being members and they're giving me super chat. So my buddy's like, become a member, kid.
Hey, I'm a member.
Yeah, I'm a member. All right. What's the joke?
I live with you.
Oh, you do live with me.
I'm a member of your family.
You're a member of my family. You see one of these that have the number 4 on them? Let's see. 2, 3,
4.
4. Okay.
4 right here.
I was going to say, ooh, you smell like fruit. Are you chewing on something that's yummy fruit?
No.
Really? It smells like grapes, like fake grape juice or something.
Oh, it's the medicine.
Oh, duh. Fucking, I'm stupid sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she agrees wholeheartedly. Oh man. So here's the dilemma. I love you too.
You're talking to me or them?
No, them.
Oh, sorry.
I'm doing the 3rd string on the low register, and I don't have another tuner to kind of gauge it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the string at the tuner it's in and bring it down to the one below it. Then pinch it off. And then turn the fucking dial. So. Become a member, kid. Are you guys excited to hear this thing make music? All right. All right. What I'll do for the next set of strings, I'm going to bring the neck actually over here. You still might not be able to see it. But for the last 2 strings, I'm gonna move it because I have to like twist my arm and do all kinds of weird contortion things to make it happen because it's on the other side. I kind of wish some of these companies wouldn't use what they call the 3x3 headstock, meaning 3 tuners on one side, 3 on the other, and they would just do a straight pull. I'm not gonna lie, these strings don't sound horrible. I may have dialed the height in just right. And it's already radii, so the neck is going to have a radius. My guess is it's either going to be 12 or 14 inches because this fretboard feels pretty flat, but there is still a radius this way, whether you can feel it or see it or not. And the theory is you want the strings to follow that, and this is where you do that, and of course the nut as well. And break that off. Let me break off some, baby. All right, I'm going to bring this way. Actually, you know what? This is what we'll do. Put all my scraps in here to clean up. I'll put this over here. On the table here is the big box everything came in. Packaged really well. It really was packaged very well. We'll do that so you can kind of see what's going on. It might be a little more difficult for me, but I'm willing to do it for you guys. Alright, so I want to get this to go that way. What I'm doing is I'm setting the strings up so they can go in at an angle. That way they'll start rapping right away. Because again, I'm at a weird angle right now. We'll do number 3 first. And we'll put a preliminary tune on it just to... it's kind of neat that they do that. And I think the reason they do that is because when you buy strings, they'll come in an individual packet that'll have the millimeters on it. The point whatever. And these don't have that. So they tell you which string is which. That's very nice of them. But you know what else would have been nice? It would have been nice to have had a fucking screw that wasn't crooked. Creep, have you considered TTS for Super Chats? What is that? Might be handy with the intense gameplay. What is TTS? The fuck am I doing here? Sorry, I'm backwards right now. I am backwards to what I would normally be doing. No, I want this one to go into here. Wow, dudes. How fucking amateur was that? So what I'll say is I'll pinch it here, bring it down to the next tuner, and give it the old wazoo. There we go. And like I said, you want the string to go on the inside of the headstock and go out, wrap around outward. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. I smell popcorn. Does anybody else drizzle hot sauce on their popcorn? I do. Oh, it would help if it was on the thing. No, it is on the thing. Number two. Number two. Number two. Text to speech so that you'll just hear it. I don't know. I don't know. Is that like a thing I can put a setting on? I mean, I use it once in a while on here to talk to them. But let me set this up a little bit better. There we go. There we go. So again, bring the string all the way forward. Put your finger where it's at the furthest tuner. Bring it back just that far. Give it a little bendy. Now, make sure you go in the right direction. Again, I'm backwards and my brain just can't fucking figure it out. And this is where would work really well right now, but I'm not going to get up to go get it. I will say though, overall, this kit for the $130 I paid for it could have been worse of a nightmare. I've seen some kits where people literally had to send them back because nothing lined up. Something was broken, you know. I got one bad screw. You know, a few things didn't line up, which I kind of figured was going to happen. Oh, wrong one, douche. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I mean, that's just kind of par for the course when it comes to CNC machine stuff. That's not really like made to go together. I mean, they're made to be packaged together. But this neck wasn't made exclusively for this body, and this pickup ring wasn't drilled exclusively for this body. They just use a bunch of general. Yeah, that sounds great, huh? All right. It's technically a fucking guitar. It's technically a guitar. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stretch the strings out a little bit to help with tuning stability in the beginning. God knows what these strings are going to I'm going to do it. When you first string up a guitar, you're going to be doing this quite a bit for the first couple of tunings. Oh shit, that's not even good. All right, let me get a strap so it doesn't fucking fall off of me. Let me get things out of the way for now. All right. That might be a little high. All right, I think I'm in the ballpark. I think I'm in the fucking ballpark here. Let's go here. I'll bring you in a little bit here, so you can see what's going on. I guess a little bit. I don't need to see me tuning it up. All right, Tuna, stop freaking out. Well, I was close there. You always want to tune up, so go a little lower than you need to be. These strings are horrible. There you go. You guys heard a G chord kind of progression there? But the question is the electronics good? Let's see. It's not going to stay in tune, and it still needs a setup, meaning I have to adjust those saddles up and down, figure out what's going on up here. Actually, you know what? For the most part, height-wise and everything, I think we're there. Suppose I should be on the actual pickup that rocks. D, A, E, bring in the G. Yeah, I got no complaints. Needs a little adjustment. So what I'm noticing is that the strings are a little flappy. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. I don't think I've ever done this. Oh my God. And that way you can see both me and the guitar. The strings are a little flappy, which means I need to bring the neck. It's going to need a little tightening. So I'm going to have to adjust it slightly away from me. But I'm at perfect 440 pitch. And I'm going to give the neck its time. Plus, there's a lot of humidity in the air right now from the rain and the snow that we got today. These must be 18-to-1 ratio tuners. These are actually really nice. All that bending and it's still in tune, man. Yeah. So, the only other thing I want to do while you're here is now the pickup height is so far away from the strings, it can barely catch the sound. So I am going to adjust them higher. Can you take me higher? Oh. Ooh, talk about microphonic, Batman. Some people like their pickups about 2 mils away from the strings. You don't want the pickups too close. Now, these pickups, they don't have a high output. I know that for a fact from watching other people. Well, maybe mine do. God knows what they gave me. You don't want the pickups too close to the strings because there's a magnet in there. What happens is, how pickups work is when you pluck the string does this, right? It starts to vibrate. And because of the coil, there's a coil wire and a magnet underneath. It kind of picks up that vibration and continues that magnetic field, right? And then it sends that signal out to the cord, which turns it into metal or country, whatever you want to play. If you're gay, no, I'm just kidding. I do like I like the old school country, like the old guys telling the stories and shit. But if you have the strings too close to the pickups, that can actually dull the sound. It can mute it a little bit. With the exception of P90s. P90s, you can get the fucking pole pieces right up against it as long as when you strum, you don't hit the neck. So some people like it closer. Some people like them a little further away. I know that these pickups are a lower output. They're probably, if I were to give them a reading, I would guess their resistance would be 7 to 8K, depending, ohms. Higher output are usually like 11 to 17. Those are like your heavy metal pickups. So I can get these a little bit closer. Let's see if that helps with any tone. Oh, big difference already. I know you're not going to hear it. Yeah, I need to adjust this. Can you guys hear the guitar at all? Besides the plucking sound, can you hear the can you hear the amp? Wow. Because everybody wants them. Let's see what the tone knob does. You know what? I'm actually impressed. A lot of times with these cheaper guitars, when you turn the volumes and stuff, it usually takes a little bit for it to start kicking in. You know what I mean? So if you have it all the way up and you start turning it, it doesn't start making it quieter. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bear. For like a little bit of the turn, these are pretty instant. Same with the tone knob. Now, is that tone capacitor any good? Nah. It's alright. Hold on. Ah! Alright, it gets a little muddy up there, but... That's what Kirk plays. But because I'm a rhythm guy, I tend to go to the... Alright, I can already tell this is going to need a really good setup. But you know what, man? Yeah, a little bit of adjustment on the neck. So when I was playing earlier, everything was fine up here, but now it's starting to get a little tinny. And what's happening there is the neck is starting to finally adjust a little bit. So I am going to have to counter that with the truss rod adjustment tool, also known as an Allen wrench. Yeah, I can't complain. I can't complain. There's the... Oh, fuck. I'm over here trying to adjust it. This fucking thing. The camera's over here. Let me adjust that, man. God, fucking Chris. You know? Again, it needs a setup. I need to let the neck do its thing, but guys, it's a fucking guitar now. It's not just pieces in a box. I don't like that switch. It's too tight. I like to be able to go BAM! And just slam it right into the next pickup. My favorite part. And it's, you know what, for the most part, for brand new strings, oh shit, the sun's glaring right on it. It's holding tune. Better than I anticipated, anyway. I might still play around with swapping those connections. Because I am getting a little bit of like a phasing thing going on here. Yeah, definitely got to give it a setup. So let me catch up on the chat here. I haven't fucking addressed the chat in a little while. I apologize, guys. Once I started seeing strings on this, instant Woodrow, you know? Nothing else matters. I'll teach you how to play that here real quick if you want. Creep can't escape the aquarium talk no more. Yeah, I know. She was over there winking at me and shit. She knows she was pushing buttons, but she's just fucking around. She's a good kid. I can't wait to hear about the aquarium. I've been to the aquarium since I was a kid. And again, for any of you Boston cats, I can walk like a penguin. All right, Stingrays are good people. I'm not too far behind here. I need to tie knots. No need to tie knots. Yeah, dude. Anyone who strings up the guitar like that is a fucking horrible human being. And that's anybody. Anybody. You could be Mama Teresa. I catch you fucking stringing up your guitar like that, instant. Creep, have you considered... Okay, we already did the TT thing. Well, let's see. One time I was going to build a Rickenbacker type bass kit. Oh, the 8001 or whatever it is. They sent me an Explorer type guitar. I was so pissed. You know what? If you ask me, I think you won. I would consider that a win, but not if you wanted the Rickenbacker. Absolutely not, but... Dude, I am absolutely in love with your fucking Ibanez that you just put together. Excellent job, Creep. Thank you, Howard, man. Bears fan Guma says, just missed it. Let me hear it, Creep. Gaussian Goldilocks. Is that what we're calling the guitar? Is it? Am I saying that right? Gaussian or Gaussian? I don't know. Bears fan Guma says, yes. And Television Gamer, the man with the plan. Stan with the golden Ann. Gotta meet him at the tan van. That's the plan. Hello, everyone. I'm training an apprentice at work and can't watch. Wanted to say hi and drop by for the Creeper. Thank you, dude. I genuinely appreciate that. And he's been a member for 10 whole months. A member of the Creep Collective. You are all my children now. That's a little fast forwarding to something that might be coming up here pretty soon. See, I can do the tongue thing too. And I got teeth that are worse than Freddy's. Mediocre clarinet player throws up the candle. Are you out in the crowd? Are you out in the crowd? There's a video I need to do next Valentine's Day called the Panty Dropper songs. There was very certain songs that dudes when we were teenagers would play. That doesn't sound too fucking bad for what it is. Hey, Lily! Can you do me a favor? That we called the panty droppers. You know, you sit on the... Can you go on the porch and just see if his truck is there, the red one? I want to crank this. I want to fucking crank this. I want the fucking walls to shake. Now that she's out of the room. That, you're sitting on the end of the bed with the acoustic and you're playing it and then you're looking in your girlfriend's eyes. Now, mind you, 15, 16 years old. Instant panty dropper. Bam! That was one of them. The whole... Oh, I can't even play it. No truck?
No red truck.
Nice! I can't remember how to play that. Skid Row, I Remember You. That, I absolutely adore Pink Floyd. Again, brand new strings. They're going to have to stretch out. Normally, I would sit there and I'd be stretching them now, but I want to play it. All right, no fucking truck. Oh, how's it go? C7 diminished. All right, yeah, I need to raise these strings a little. Lower this bridge pickup because it sounds hunky. You know what? While you're here, let's experiment. Fuck it, man. I'm gonna unplug the amp for a fucking second, and I'm gonna reverse those two connections because there's something about the bridge pickup I'm not enjoying. It could just be a shitty bridge pickup too. It could just be a shitty bridge pickup. But you know what? Fuck it. We're here. We're here. We're square. And that's the neck. This is the bridge. All right. Make sure, yeah. I'm curious. I am fucking curious. Not bi-curious. But let's see if that did anything. And if it didn't, then I guess it don't matter. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. I think that's it. I think that's the ticket. Very bright pickups. Now let's see what happens when we combine the two. I bet you this is going to be weird. Yeah, I think they just need to be reversed. The reason you hear a lot of noise is one, I had it in single coil mode, which introduces this thing called 60 cycle hum. Hence why these are called humbuckers. And you do the push pull thing here. You push this up, or you can click it back down. And what it does is there's two coils here, and it shuts one of them off. I just don't know which one. Plus, this is going to introduce EMF, electromagnetic fields. You know, the stuff that everyone thinks is a ghost. Oh my God, it's a ghost! My meter said bing! Yeah, I'm gonna reverse that one too. That's a quick way to tune it. You hit the two harmonics. And you hear how it fluctuates and how fast it goes. The idea is to make it stop. Alright, let's go back to the tuner. One more tuning, a couple more jams, and I gotta go. Potion Sword Run says, now it sings. Yeah. Yeah, every bird has a voice, right? Oh, the high E's in. The one fucking string I've been bending the fuck out of. Alright, let's tune that off. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with this for a second. Hold on. I'm starting to second guess it. It's okay though. It's okay because that's the beauty of experimentation, man. Okay, you can go back in there. That was pretty good that the back plate didn't fit. Oh, is that on my list of shit to... Yep. Of shit to complain about in the video? Okay, no, we're going back. We're going back. It's introducing a lot of ugly noise. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to go back to the original there. I will leave the bridge pickup, or the neck pickup where it's at, because I kind of like how it sounds. Shit, which way did I go with this? There we go. Just kidding. Just fucking around. Bears fan says Corey. I don't think he's still in here, but yeah, okay. I am 100% convinced that that is how it goes. Now let's do the neck. Let's do the neck one. Actually, the cable management's not as bad. It just is a lot of long cable. You know? The cable's just really long. Or all of them, I should say. Alright, let's see if that does. Ooh, I don't know. No, there's a lot too much interference. We're gonna go back to, yeah, I guess I got it right. I guess I got the neck right the first time. And the bridge wrong. Oh, it wasn't plugged in all the way. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just make sure that wasn't the issue. Yeah, no, we're going back. We're going back. We're going back for the attack. All right, guys. Well, 2.5 hours it took to put this thing together, which proves that, like, on a weekend, you and, you know, one of your kids or whatever, or your cat, dog, whatever you may have, turtle, you can teach your fucking turtle how to build a guitar. I once had a turtle named Fluffy. Just kidding, I never owned a turtle. Although, when I lived in Arizona, I had this gigantic fucking turtle that would constantly come into the yard. Yeah, there's way too much noise going on here. I think I have a grounding issue. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. But I will figure that out another time. Oh, hold on. Where's the output connection? Oh, it's on my output jack. There was a loose connection, I think. I can easily fix that later on with some solder. But aside from that, I am happy with this thing, man. It needs some adjustment, and adjustment I will make here in the not too near future. No, I'll probably do it as soon as I sign off. But if you guys want to see the full review of it, you can come over to my the Creepy Crawl channel. That's where I'm going to go deep into it and relate the experience of putting this together. I made jokes about contaminating the channels, and I mean there is some method to that madness, trying to get people to check out both channels, but more so trying to get the guitar people over there and the gaming people over here / art stuff. I don't do much art over there. Over there is like life vlogging and guitars. I don't know how it became that, but it became that. But over there, once I have everything set up and I've had about a week to dick around with this thing, I'm going to give it the full review. Go over the few fucking things that really aggravate me. That neck bolt, that really bothers me because I have plenty. Just it's not going to fucking match, and I'm not going to buy one of those, you know. And I'm going to be mad if I have to buy 4 of them. But the neck feels great. It's a little thinner than what I'm used to, and it's a little more narrower. So for you guitar cats, think like a Gibson 60s. Or even like Gretsch had a couple of electric guitars in the early 60s. Think early 60s neck. Without a lot of meat on the back. In fact, it's like a perfect D shape. Until you get about here, then it feels like a C. Not a bad neck. It's not a bad neck. Reminds me of a lot of 60s. And I'm just realizing it's a 24 fret neck, which is very unusual for a single cut style guitar. That's fucking weird. That's weird. It's a double octave neck. Meaning you have the exact same amount of frets here and here. 24. Most guitars will have like 22, maybe even 21 in some cases. But then when you start getting into like the super shredders and stuff like that, 24. And it's very rare that a Les Paul style guitar like this would have 24 frets. I'm just now realizing that. That's why this feels weird. I wonder if the scale is Fender scale. It can't be. These frets are so tight together. I don't know. We'll have to figure all that out in the future. Sounds good. Yeah, just a little bit of height adjustment, a slight tweak of the fucking truss rod. And I think we're in like Flynn. I will eventually put on nice strings. I got packs of strings over there. I use Ernie Ball Slinkies, the slime green package, 10 gauge. I do have a 9 gauge pack, but that's going to go on my Kramer. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, putting this thing together. I know this is the second time I'm trying to get rid of you. But this time I mean it. I'm starting to actually get a little bit hungry. And I think the missus will be home soon. I got to clean this. I got shit everywhere now. So, guys, whoever's still here, thanks for hanging out. Anyone who came in after the fact or in and out and is checking back in, I appreciate it. How many people does it say we got right now? Oh, 7 people. 7 people. That's rad. I dig that. So we had some fun. I had some fun. Discovered some shit. I'll be honest with you. We didn't discover as much crap as I thought we were going to discover. Some of the things I did discover was disappointing at worst. But in the large scheme of things, the guitar lines up. It plays. The strings are just crappy. They just feel like crap. And it just needs a simple adjustment. And you know what? Any guitar that you buy, whether it be a $300 piece of shit up to a $5,000 fucking heirloom guitar, is going to need some kind of a setup when you bring it home. Period. End of story. So that, you can't give them any crap about that. In fact, I don't have to do any fret leveling so far is actually is a little bit of a miracle. Honestly. And Guitar Cats, I know you're looking and going, mm-hmm. You know, I played some Fenders at Guitar Center that needed fret level, you know. So, $2,500 guitars that needed fret level. But with that, guys, thank you for hanging out with me this afternoon. I genuinely appreciate it. I know she's chomping at the bit to tell me about her day. So I can't wait to hear all about it. I haven't been to the aquarium in years. And if you are a member of the Creepy Crawl, or I should say a subscriber, her and I plan on like doing a lot of like, we're really into locomotives, the old steam engines. And we found out there's a couple in New Hampshire where you can still get on and we might be doing a bunch of locomotive videos over there if you really want to come check that out. Of course, we go to Canby Lake Park all the time. Whenever we go to Disney, I vlog it over there. And plus, all my guitar stuff is over there. So, guys, wherever in the world you are. Oh, sorry, I'm trying not to yawn. I might as well let it out. But wherever in the world you are, I genuinely hope you're doing well. Guys, don't forget, we got the t-shirt and we got the sponsors. All my sponsor links are down below. Whether they got a product, whether they get a channel, or, you know, regardless, please give these guys some love. Show them some support, because if you do that, you'll be supporting me and my walk and my efforts to end Alzheimer's. Thank you to each and every one of these folks. I genuinely appreciate it. And until next time, guys, take care. Creep it real. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Great job, brother, they say. Oh, you're not going to call me sweetheart or something? Lover boy?